My name is Jun Morohashi, and I'm Chief of Section of Education for Sustainable Development. As you know, this is part of UNESCO's education sector, and we are based in headquarters in Paris. I think everybody, all countries recognize the importance of, the challenge happening at the moment around climate crisis. And when it comes to the role of education, there is, of course, certain level of acknowledgement. And now the challenge is to ensure that climate change is really integrated in education system at the level of policy, but especially at the level of practice. So here we still have a bit of a challenge, but at the same time we are optimistic because more and more countries really join this movement of, to try to work together, accelerate climate change education. So we have maybe now two responsibilities. First is, of course, as education specialized UN agency, we have our own work to, support our member states, and not only the governments, but also teachers, learners, providing guidance material, but also creating opportunities for capacity development. And at the moment, we have another responsibility, which is related to the newly launched initiative, which is called the Greening Education Partnership, which is called JEP. And OCE is one of the most active members. And specifically, Greening Education Partnership is looking at 4 pillars of critical work areas. One is about greening schools, another one is greening curriculum, third one is greening teacher development, that also the education systems capacities, and finally greening communities. And we have a close work relationship with OCE in this pillar 2, which is focusing on curriculum. This is a very good question, and if I may, I would like to respond with my hopeful kind of assessment of the current, ongoing willingness and passion coming from every corners of our society. I hope in 5 and 10 years later, everyone understood the education is part of the solution, not only education as the victim of climate crisis, and I hope to see more coordinated actions. Young people are really leading the solution part, and I think the key word is really work as one. Of course, challenges and systems are very different from one country to another, and even within the same country, it's very difficult to have the consensus. But I hope with our efforts happening now, we could, getting closer to this ideal kind of direction to take. Because otherwise, all the scientific findings also presented this morning by our expert of IPCC is really, really alarming. But it was really good that she also indicated some hopeful messages. So, voilà.